Hey, welcome back YouTube. This one's going to be a little bit different. This is an unboxing video, an assembly of a chair that I just bought from Laura Furniture. And we'll see how it goes. So why the leather? Well, as you can see here, the leatherette and the leather both in the same color. This is black. Again, on the right is the real leather. It's a little more, it looks more exaggerated here, but in real life it's less deeply embossed looking than the artificial stuff, which is on the left. But mainly when it came down to me was the thickness of the material. Obviously with the leather it's quite a bit thicker, which just makes me feel better about wearability and wear and tear maybe. But also the feel, it is a little bit softer, but honestly, if you were never going to compare the two side by side, their leatherette seems extremely high quality. So if you're a value conscious shopper or you have a fixed budget, I would strongly suggest just order the leatherette. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. All right, so this is one chair in a box. It's pretty good size. It's not very heavy, which is nice. I mean, it's easily moved by one person. If you're a smaller person, you might want to get some help to help you manipulate it, but pretty light. Let's see, so I should start with what I got before I ordered the chair. This is the concept or the general style of the chair that I was interested in, which I found online for a fairly good price for the features that this particular replica of a well-known chair has. It's a replica of an Eames aluminum group chair is what they call it. And it comes in a variety of fabrics or vinyls or even Italian leather. So I knew the style of chair I wanted, and this one was the closest value for money to an original without buying an original. And it turns out that I really couldn't find an original in the color I wanted anyway. So a few weeks ago, I went to their website and I ordered up some samples, and this is what they sent me. This lovely box. Inside, you can see they sent me the Italian leather, leatherette, and fabric choices that I had selected, and I was able to check them out. I don't know if you can make it out on camera, but the Italian leather has a bit of a rounder grain, if that makes sense, and it's a little flatter, not as deeply embossed. And it's not embossed, it's just a natural finish. Whereas the leatherette actually looks very similar, but has more of a, it's hard to show up on camera, but the patterning that's embossed is a little deeper, and it's also more triangular in nature rather than being kind of round or softer edged. And the fabric samples were quite nice, but I decided I didn't want to go with the fabric. I was going to go with the leather. Okay, so now the box is easily opened with just a pocket knife or household kitchen knife or something. It sort of folds out nicely, and if I'm talking like I've already done this, it's because this is the second of these chairs I purchased. And this is how the chair comes packed. As you can see, it's fairly reasonably nicely organized. All of the bits that could reasonably be damaged are kind of individually wrapped with foam and taped. Over here is the body of the chair. Pre-assembled is basically one piece. The base is over here in this compartment on the right, and inside this little box is the gas shock. So it's now just a few seconds later, and as you can see, I've got the three main pieces out on the floor: the assembled chair, the base, and the gas shock. So I'm going to go ahead and do now is just go ahead and put it together after taking the stuff off, and I'll show you what it looks like. So it's a few minutes later, and you can see that I've got the base fully unwrapped. This is the amount of packing that came off as the outermost layer. And as you can see, the attention to detail is really nice because they bother to kind of really just protect everything to an extent that it's just nice to see quality care taken when trying to ship something. So the first things first, let's put together the bottom. We take the gas shock, and it actually just slots right in here, like so. Drop that there. And the next phase is to further strip down the chair, and then underneath this little pouch, you sort of disassemble that, and that actually just slots right over this, and that's it. That's the only assembly required. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all put together. And there you have the finished product. Now, I will say I'm generally very pleased with pretty much everything in this process, but there's one thing that has me a little bit puzzled that I'll have to go back and talk to the company about, and I'll point it out here just in case anybody else is thinking about buying this chair. The one thing that really bothers me about this is the black plastic gas shock adjustment rod. So what I mean is this thing right here. If you look at the video, or not video, the picture in the brochure, it's clearly a rounded kind of chrome knob with a bend, and that is not what you get. So the rest of the chair The assembly underneath is pretty much as shown in the photograph, but the photograph, the arm with the sort of aluminum handle, is just much more stylish compared to what you actually get with the shipping product. So I'm going to call about that, see if this is something that can be replaced, or you know, basically they should start warning customers that it doesn't come exactly as it's described. I maybe am being too picky, but when you spend more than $350 on a chair, you kind of expect it to come looking exactly like you had imagined or seen in the pictures, because I spent a lot of time researching this chair, trying to get the best looking item that I could find. It is very, very soft. The leather's very nice. I hope it'll break in quite well. And I'll keep you posted after it's broken in for a little bit. I might do a follow-up video, both to inform how the chair has broken in and to talk about the response about the adjustment rod. All right, this was a little different than my usual videos, but I hope you liked it. And we'll be back again soon. Thanks, YouTube.